everyone. This is Remleiz from 40k Theories, and welcome to this new episode of Adeptus Podcastus. Don't worry, Neve will be joining us. She's just doing maintenance on the gun drone. But don't worry, we're not alone this week, for joining us as our guest is Aurelia Tempris.
Hi, thank you for having me again. It's great to be back.
Welcome back, yes. And apologies if Aurelia sounds a bit different from usual. She's currently hiding underneath a blanket.
Yes, I am. My pillow fort in the Imperial Palace.
Exactly. Stolen from Sanguinius's bedroom, no doubt.
That's better than what I said. I like it.
I mean, it beats, hailing from Sanguinius's sock drawer, like we said in the quiz, but anyway.
Right?
Yes. Quite a lot in the news this week, as it was Adepticon the other day, or last couple of days rather, so there is a lot to get through. And thankfully, Warhammer community put up a big webpage link thing with links to all the links. I keep saying link to the past, Legend of Zelda, no, not that kind of link. But anyway, we're going to start from the bottom up, which is going to be a return to Armageddon, which is kind of surprising because not only are we getting, finally, after since 2nd edition, are we getting a model for Wazdaka Gutsmech, the famous orc biker, but more surprisingly is that Commissar Yarrick, who was killed off in 8th edition, or 9th edition, one of the two, probably 9th edition, I can't remember now, I think it was 9th edition, but regardless, he's back as well now.
Mm-hmm.
The reports of his death were greatly exaggerated, it seems.
Yes, I love that meme. It's perfect for this scenario.
Absolutely. And can I just say for Wazdaka has graduated from Tactical Rock to Tactical Ramp.
You're right, he has. I didn't think about that, but it is a very nice tactical ramp, I have to say.
I love the huge, jet engine explosion coming out the back of his bike. That's brilliant.
I love that. Honestly, this mini came up and I was like, this is fantastic, no notes. It almost makes me want to get an orc army. It's that good. It is that good. I love this mini.
Now, I'm a bit surprised that the article refers to his bike as the Big Rever, where I'm pretty sure it was actually originally called the Bike of the Apocalypse. Or Apocalypse, rather. The Bike of the Apocalypse.
I didn't know that, but I like this old name better.
Big Rever is a bit too understated for a bike of this caliber.
I agree.
But we're going back to Armageddon, as we mentioned. So we've got Commissar Yarrick and Wazdaka. We've also got some new minis, including Commissar Graves, who, I'll be honest, I've never heard of until now, so she's probably a new character. But she has her own little miniature fortress of arrogance, which is known as the Vigilance. And it's a modified centaur transport. We'll get to those shortly. But yes, I love the fact that this just looks like a massive, what are those, what are those American limousines called? The ones that look like just massive Hummers. Are they just called Hummers?
No, yeah, they're just, they would be Hummers, yeah.
Yeah, a Hummerzine or whatever it is, yeah.
The really long ones, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like that, and it looks pretty cool. But if you don't want to take her in her centaur transport, you can also take her on foot as well. Rocking that massive power fist and bolt pistol combo to show that she means business.
I personally think she looks better in her transport. When they first revealed her just standalone, I was like, the mini is a little unimpressive to me. The fist is very cool, but I really like the pose that they gave her on her transport. I like it much more, and I'd be more inclined to get that than just the standalone version, personally.
It's very much a drive me closer, I want to hit them with my sword,
yes.
isn't it?
Yes. And I, as a person who loves melee, I can relate.
But they are not alone, for joining them is an Inquisitor of all people, Inquisitor Croyle, on his weird alien horse.
Mm-hmm. It's certainly something.
I love this. It's always nice where you can actually have a model just go absolutely batshit crazy in 40k, because I feel a lot of the energy for that these days tends to go towards Age of Sigmar, with the craziness, and we'll get to the Age of Sigmar craziness later, don't worry, because there is some real crazy shit that's come out this time. Suffice to say, someone on the design team have been watching a lot of Studio Ghibli as of late.
Yes, right?
But anyway, yes. And also, joining the Inquisitor, we have basically someone who's stolen Inquisitor Karamazov's job, which is Intransia Frey, Dogmata Superior. But she's stolen basically Karamazov's walking battle chair, essentially.
I made a joke about this. I watched the reveals live with my community, and it reminded me of the Slan miniature. Are you familiar with it?
Yeah.
That was the first thing I thought of. I didn't think of Karamazov. I should have, but I was like, dude, she's like one of the Slan. It's too good.
I remember seeing a meme one of my friends posted in regards to this, and it was like comparing her model with Karamazov's, and under Karamazov's it said like 6 months on HRT, 6 years on HRT kind of thing. I think Neve might get a kick out of that when she hears about that.
Oh yeah.
But yes, going back to the Centaur transport that Commissar Graves had, yes, that's getting a standalone release as well, which is basically going to be like a little open top transport, very similar to the Taurox, just with more troop capacity, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, I will say I'm not a guard player, so this doesn't quite do it for me. I like tanks, and that's probably about the extent of like my love for the guard. It looks nice, but I don't have a lot that I can really like say about it. It looks nice. That's it.
Well, you mentioned tanks. Fun enough, because they got a little baby tank called the Hippogriff.
I saw it. I don't like it. Let me clarify. I like tanks with big old treads. Baneblade, right up my alley. I love that.
It's a baby tank.
It is a baby tank, but I like my big boy tanks. I'm a little biased.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But yes, all of this will be coming out in support of a brand new campaign book called Armageddon. Who could have seen that coming?
Whoa.
And I just want to say, at the very start of the article here in Warhammer Community, what was it say? Armageddon is a world of endless war, but for all its demonic incursions and Xenos invasions, it has never been this bad before. I sincerely doubt that, considering Armageddon 1 was so bad it was pretty much stricken from Imperial records. I mean, let's be honest, you don't lose an entire company of Grey Knights to a demon Primarch for nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. I didn't think about that.
We'll see how badly this goes. But yeah, all of these armies are going to get little battalion boxes as well. So the Guard one will have the Centaur transport, 2 of the Hippogriffs, and a Rogel Dawn. And I just want to say, I still hate the name of the Rogel Dawn tank. I feel it should have been called the Praetorian. That would have worked so much better. I mean, I get what it...
Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, I get what they're going for. Like, you got the whole, the Lehman Russ tank, the Rogel Dawn tank, Rogel Dawn defended Terra, so he gets a tank named after him. But remember, the Lehman Russ is named the Lehman Russ because the Space Wolves found the STC. So if they said, like, that the Imperial Fists found this STC or an Imperial Fist successor chapter found it, I'd have less of an issue, but... yeah, just call it the Praetorian otherwise, because Praetorian tanks sound so much better in my opinion.
I like that much more too. I didn't know that. I mean, obviously, I knew of the Rogel Dawn tank, but I think Praetorian is a much better name. I agree with you.
We've also got one for the Adeptus Sororitas, which includes some Initiates, some Repentia, and a couple of the Paragon war suits. And that's it for the... I thought there was more than just 2 battalions. Never mind. Whoops. But speaking of... I have no segue. So
I was going to say really fast. The sisters for the Repentia models, the designer gave them thighs. Those thighs are so muscular. Did you look at them?
Yeah, they're very much watermelon crushers. But there's one thing about the Repentia models that really bothers me.
Okay.
The implant sockets for the power armor, because, like, isn't that meant to be a trait of the black carapace? But sisters don't have a black carapace.
You're right. So... it's just...
I mean, it looks cool.
Oh, it does.
But it's like, it just never made sense to me. But that's just my opinion. But yes, going back to my lack of segue, last episode, Neve and I talked about the Gloomspite Git Weta Workshop statue, and we also saw the teaser that we believe to be from like a Soulblight vampire. We were wrong, because it's actually from Mephiston, and since you are a Blood Angels fan, Aurelia, what do you think of this?
I think this looks really, really cool. Now, it's not sanguineous, so I don't think I'll buy it and put it on my shelf. But I am a huge fan of the pose and the way he looks. He looks like the classic tormented, haunted vampire that you see in the classic films. I really like that look. And it just looks so clean. And I'm tempted to get it, but it's not sanguineous, so I probably won't. But I did enjoy seeing that reveal. I was like, ooh, it's the right amount of, I'm just gonna say it again. It's just the right amount of that, like, classic vampire, aesthetic.
Fair enough. The only issue is that because it is a Weta Workshop statue, it means it's probably going to cost upwards of 1,500 quid.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
I mean, did you ever see the Saint Celestine one?
Yes, I think I did.
Yeah, I'm just going to pop it on screen for those watching, just to remind them what we're talking about. Because this one, do you know how much that costs?
Is this a Quizcastus question?
No. But think in terms of stupidity in terms of the answer, though.
I'm going to say it's like... We'll say $20,000 US, which will probably be like 23
it's
or 24.
It's not 20,000, no.
No, not 20. I meant 2,000. Oh, my brain.
Oh, 2,000, right.
Sorry. Sorry.
You're not far off, because it's actually 1,800. So you're not far off. But if you want something a little cheaper, recently Joy Toys showed the wearable Space Marine helmets, which were all ultramarine. But this one's not, because we've actually got a White Scar one, which came out of bloody nowhere. I mean, at least it's not ultramarine, so, it's something different.
That's true. And honestly, I think this is a really good call for them, because a lot of people, I think, will buy it because it has a nice white base, so that they can paint it to whatever chapter or legion they want it to be. That's super easy to change. So, honestly, good call on GW's part to go with White Scars.
Do you know what the funny thing is? With this helmet, you can still stick it on the Ultramarine's base and just say, oh, it's a first company veteran.
Yeah, you could. You could do that.
We're also getting a brand new animation based on Aeronautica Imperialis. So, Imperial Navy pilots against the craft world of Sigmar. Not much else to say about it, but, I mean, it looks nice if nothing else.
Yeah. It's, we're talking about it's like Top Gun, but for Warhammer. You familiar with Top Gun? It's very American, so I just realized you might not watch that.
I've seen the first Top Gun. Like, I saw the first Top Gun back in the 90s. So, all I know about Top Gun, all I remember, rather, is that it had very strong homoerotic undertones. And it does. Go watch the volleyball scene and tell me otherwise.
No, I knew volleyball was coming up. I have nothing to say. I have no rebuttal.
It's because I am right.
That's why I got nothing to say.
But in which case, you might have something to say about the new Kill Team starter, which is Terror on Devlin, which pits some Cadian scouts against a returning character from 3rd edition, the Red Terror, who frankly looks absolutely amazing.
Yes. Oh my goodness, that they revealed the Red Terror and I was like, oh my. A lot of these minis, not all of them, but a couple of the minis have made me want to get armies. Now I'm like, oh man, Tyranids look kind of cool. Orcs look kind of cool. This guy looks incredible.
Absolutely. Especially when compared to his original model, because I don't know if you've ever seen his original model.
I have not. I would love to see it, though.
Here you go.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he is properly terrifying now. This other one, it kind of looks like he'll just give me a nasty hug.
Yeah, I mean, bear in mind this was from very early 3rd edition. So
right, yeah.
It's a very, very old model.
Well, they made a good call in updating him. He's pretty great.
They did. And Neve's here, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Hello from Tactica Imperialis and the Gun Drone. Sorry we are late. Dinner plus late marker drone bedtime means I missed all the best bits. I can already see looking in the Discord. I missed all the best bits. I'm so cross.
There was a reason we went from the bomb top, because I'm sure you wanted to talk about some of the Age of Sigmar stuff. You know, and
no, I wanted to talk about blooming Wazdaka.
Okay, well, tell us about Wazdaka then.
Right, okay.
Share your thoughts.
Sorry, Wazdaka is my boy. For those who don't know, my first army in 2008 was Orcs, and my first ever kit bash stroke conversion was a Wazdaka conversion from the Orc Warbiker kit. This guy has been my boy for, checks notes, 18 years, and I am absolutely thrilled to see him back. The mini looks amazing. Why did they not keep his bike called the Bike of the Apocalypse? Big Reffer is the stupidest name ever. Just keep the Bike of the Apocalypse. Right, I could go on all day.
We just said that, didn't we, Aurelia?
Yes.
We said the exact same thing.
Yes, I know you will have said all of these things already, because what is there to say than this mini is utterly incredible, and the name's stupid.
No, I mean, like, you know, we're agreeing with you on that. It's like, you know, we completely agree with what you're saying.
As I flick through everything else you've talked about, Yarrick looks exactly the same as he used to, just the same, but more boss. The new tanks look cool, and I think the Commissar drive me closer. I want to hit them with my sword, but now a mean is quite funny. The new Inquisitor hero is cool, but I'm not going to pick it up because Ordo Xenos isn't for me. The Sisters hero is just, you know, this is Karamazov, but Mark II, but still good. And the battle forces are fine. Mephiston looks cool. It's just standard Weta Workshop at this point. The Aeronautica animation, I didn't actually watch the trailer for that, if I'm completely honest. And the Red Terror looks awesome. Right, now you're caught up.
Hey. But yes, I have to say as well, the Cadian Spectre Squad also looks pretty cool as well, judging from their minis.
Yeah, they do. They're really solid in terms of, like, this is what you'd expect elite. And a lot of people in my Discord server were talking about making them into Tanith first and only.
Yes, absolutely.
I love that.
It's just hard to... It's the cloaks.
It's just hard to focus on them when you have just a beautiful Tyranid in front of you. You're like, everything else seems to pale in comparison to how amazing Red Terror looks.
It's great to see Red Terror back. And it definitely feels like it's taken some inspiration from, like, the Morlock and other creatures while still being distinct.
Absolutely. But also, we're getting a couple of returning characters for Kill Team. Well, I say returning characters for Kill Team because they're actually from Blackstone Fortress, being that of the Amble and the Zote Archivist.
Yes, good to see these guys back. It's been a damn long time since they were actually playable anywhere. But no, they've been playing with Necromunda, haven't they?
The Amble has been, yeah, but not the Zote.
What do you think? You got opinions? Oh, really? Okay. Thank you for your input.
I think the Gunner is saying, "Buy me the Zote. I want a Zote army, mother."
No, I don't think she's getting a Zote army. But excuse me. Yes, you seem to have a lot of opinions. The comments were very much right that you do have a lot of opinions and good comedic timing. Though maybe not quite as good as the marker drone.
No. But let's see what their opinions are on the new Horus Heresy stuff, such as the new Spartan Prometheus tank. What are their views on that, shall we say?
What do you think? Do you like the big vehicle? No, you're too busy. Okay, meh. I agree, kind of meh.
But don't worry, it's not just a tank, because we're also getting Karanite Ogrins.
I can't decide whether these look stupid or not.
It's the face, isn't it?
Partially.
It's that face. It's like when you find out there's a last slice of pork pie in the fridge.
Oh,
new meme template unlocked.
But But that's not the only. There are other sculpts as well. I like the one that's got the buzzsaw blade hands.
Yeah, I think the masks being on is a lot better than the masks being off, I have to say.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Like, normally the Ogrin sculpts, it's fine. But yeah, this one in particular, they just didn't hit on the unhelmeted sculpt.
Yeah, the second unhelmeted sculpt, this one just looks like, your standard Londoner. A surly grin and a knife, so.
Ouch.
I have family from Tottenham before anyone asks, so I'm allowed to make these jokes.
No, I was going with Millwall, but same difference.
I make a lot of Londoner jokes and I'm not even from there.
Who wants to say maybe it's because I'm a Londoner? No? Okay.
No. I've been to London a grand total of twice in my entire life. I'm good.
We all know the best part of London is Camden anyway, so.
Fair enough.
But anyway, what do you guys think about the new Rapier support battery?
I mean, quad mortars for the win. I remember quad mortars being utterly broken in an old edition of Heresy. Well, remains to be seen how bad these are. I like the little crew. The little gunners are quite good. I think they're quite high quality. The little separate ones with the little rifles and the ammo caches, I think they're quite good in general. And yeah, I mean, we've seen Rapier batteries before. We know roughly what they're about, but these definitely feel a lot more functional because they've got the treads and everything. It helps them to feel like they're not just a heavy weapons platform on theatrics. They're actually a proper moving support weapon.
And we're also getting a supplement journal Tactica, The Battle of Talon, Part 1.
Enjoy the Iron Warriors getting embarrassed.
That was hilarious.
Well, I mean, if you want the Iron Warriors to be unembarrassed, their new minis are on pre-order this week. So if you want to put that wrong right, or keep that wrong right, or keep that right, whatever you prefer, then that is this week.
Yes. And let's be honest, we all love the Talon, because Talon's awesome. Now, the Talon Desert Raiders need new models anyway.
Yeah, have you had the conversation about Steel Legion?
No, we haven't, not yet. Now's a perfect segue, in fact.
Yeah, just because I saw Yarrick earlier, so I didn't know if we talked about it.
No, we had not yet. But yeah, I saw a few people complaining that in the trailer that revealed Yarrick's mini, there were no Steel Legion guardsmen, just Deathcore and Cadians.
Yeah, Warhammer Community did not help this because they basically said, hey, you want to make Steel Legion, just paint your Deathcore in these colours.
I mean, in first, that's not, it's not entirely, unwarranted because remember that the Death Corps themselves did start off as a Steel Legion repaint.
Yeah, it's definitely just an inversion. But then, it's interesting because obviously at the Adepticon show, they showed a teaser for, hey, we're making actual Steel Legion, which was copyright 2025, which makes you think, oh, they had this in the backbone all along, which begs the question, why did they annoy people by pretending that they weren't making Steel Legion, only to then drop that they're making Steel Legion 5 minutes later? It kind of looks weird.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if that was something they planned to announce later and then rushed it out because of the backlash to everything being said about not making Steel Legion minis or not. But it definitely was very interesting. Either it was a very good way to bait and then embarrass people, or it was a rushed response of a trailer to something they didn't plan to make for quite a lot longer.
That's what I thought it was. When they revealed it, I was like, it seems like they're just trying to minimize the damage, but it also just didn't look good.
No, I mean, the trailer's copyright, all of the watermarks and everything at 2025, so it suggests it's something that was already in the pipeline. It was not something that they've rushed out in response to the backlash, so that would be copyright 2026, but, well, yeah, I don't know. Interesting either way.
I mean, personally, I feel some of the Steel Legion drama is a bit overblown, personally.
Oh, yeah, it is. Like, let's be honest, when's the last time we actually had a Steel Legion mini? Like, this was
Third
one...
edition.
I was going to say, we haven't had one this millennium, so...
I'm trying to think if we had one in 2001 or not.
It's close either way.
Yeah, it is close either way, yeah. But regardless, like, at least it led to an idea that Games Workshop could do to, expand the number of regiments on tabletop. If they did, like a core body and just did, head or arm upgrades through kind of thing. Because, the Death Corps and Steel Legion, they're so identical. All you've got to do is just a slight change in gas mask, essentially. You can do the Mordians, and the Praetorians, because, again, the Praetorian models were originally just, Mordian resculpts,
True.
You could do like Valhallans and Vostroyans being, because they're both basically based off, Soviet troops, aren't they? So
yes, the problem is like Cadia sort of serves the baseline for everybody, but then Kazakhstan is just so unique.
Kazakhstan need an update badly because we're still using very early third edition sculpts.
I mean, the command squad's a 5th edition in deference. The command material is 5th edition because that's what they did Straka and Harka. But still, yes, I agree with you.
Yeah, I think the Kazakhstan are in most desperate need of a range refresh.
No argument from me.
But speaking of, I have no good segue for the next bit, but Warhammer Underworlds, you might like this one, Neve, the new Lumineth warband for Underworlds.
I've sold all my Lumineth, so I'm less interested. But the minis are great. The art, particularly the sort of Shadow Warrior-esque stealth archer is a really nice touch, and a blind archer is innately funny. But
can I just say how awesome the little wind fox is? That's so fucking adorable.
Yeah,
it's definitely so cute.
It's the same sort of animal that the. Oh goodness! All right, I'm going to go deal with the marker drone in a minute. It's based on the same creature that the actual Spirit of the Wind archer creature is. If you look at the actual incarnate spirit, the big one, the fox archer, it's a very similar creature. So clearly, this is just how the wind spirits choose to incarnate themselves, one way or t'other. I do think though they are cool minis in general, but they're not. Even if I still had my Lumineth, I don't think I'd be picking them up because my preferred style with my Lumineth was very much the Venari core. So Aurelan Wardens, Aurelan Sentinels. I did have some Alaris Stone Guard, but only one squad. I probably would have had some Huracan Wind Chargers and the River Infantry that they first put in Warcry. But I've only had one squad of each. I was very much down the middle of the Lord Regent, the Banner Blade. I was straight down the middle, almost classical High Elves a little bit with it. So they don't interest me the same way, but they are good minis. Though admittedly, AOS has bigger hits to come.
Yes. Yes. For some reason, the list diverged away from AOS to Lord of the Rings. New Rohan minis, no one really cares. I don't know if you care, Aurelia. About the Rohan minis? No? Okay, skip the Rohan then. Okay, fuck Rohan. But yes, someone on Games Workshop's design team clearly watched Howl's Moving Castle because of the new Cogfort.
Best mini of the entire show if I'm not fangirling Wazdaka.
Yeah, it's a brilliant model.
The Cogfort has been a thing in the AOS lore from day one. The Ironworld Arsenal and their Cogforts has been a thing in the lore the whole time. So it's not like they've just come up with this out of nowhere. This is not an ass pull. This is genuinely something that they've been meaning to do for a while, but they've never really described them in great detail. So they just look incredible.
I don't know if you've seen all the memes in regards to things like Sigmar's moving castle and stuff like that. I mean, this one's my favourite though.
Parry this, you filthy casual.
I love that.
Whoever designed this in the AOS team, whoever put this idea from writer's concept to designer's concept to miniature designers, you guys just, to borrow a phrase off the kids, you cooked. This is insane. My favourite mini at the show is Wazdaka, but the best mini at the show is the Cogfort, and it's not particularly close. Sorry, Astra Militarum. Sorry, Red Terror. Sorry, Wazdaka. It's not particularly close.
I've seen a few people turn around and say they're going to take this and use it as a conversion for a feudal world knight for 40k.
Yes, I've seen that too.
Yeah, it hasn't got any melee weapons, so you'd be hard-pressed to find a knight you could use it as, but it's definitely a good concept.
But speaking of weird stuff, though, there's an Age of Sigmar wizard guy who's riding something that's part bird, part goat, part snake.
Welcome to Hish.
Part horse.
So this is from Settler's Gain. I think this is the bit that's interesting for me, is this goes from Settler's Gain, which, if you don't know, is the city that the Lumineth ally with in Hish. And we've had rules for Settler's Gain for a while, but the whole concept is that they're constantly offered enlightenment by the Lumineth, but also kept entirely in their place by the Lumineth. So it's it's sort of not a toxic relationship. That would be a bit oversimplifying it, but it definitely is an interesting rapport. And he sort of talked about keeping Settlers Gain not for the humans, but certainly keeping it the Lumineth influence and not just making them a vassal state of the Lumineth. And things like that in the sort of lower article. So it's really interesting, and I think it's great to see them going in that direction alongside the new battle mages that they're actually giving Cities of Sigmar some proper wizardry to do, which is always a win.
Yeah, I'm just going to pop pictures of the battle mages in now. I love the deaf one with the bell helmet.
Yeah, I actually prefer the fire mage, but that might just be personal preference. I think it just looks cooler, but the Amethyst mage is definitely a cool concept.
Yeah, I just love the bell helmet. It's so awesome.
It's certainly giving Dark Souls boss energy.
It does, but at least just keep the helmet closed. I don't need to see that face personally.
Oh, do you remember a while back those the ogres that had little guys riding on top of them?
Yep, they're still a thing. There's more now.
Except these ones are apparently actually gargants, not ogres.
Incredibly, gate gargants, I think they're called.
Yeah.
Their idea is to march at the front of the line where the army marches behind them, so they perform an impenetrable shield wall and then step aside, open the gate, and all hell breaks loose. It's actually quite a fun concept for a walking fortress army.
I really like the concept. I thought it was hilarious.
And it fits with the tower shields of the gunners and the ogre centers. Like the whole idea of the Cities of Sigmar army is that they can also be a walking fortress, which if you combine it with the cog fort, like you've got a cog fort at the center, these guys in front, a wall of gunners either side, and then ogre sharpshooter guys on the corners. And then you've got your infantry and cavalry behind, and then at any point you can literally just move your gunners out of the way, like you've just lowered the walls or opened the gates, and out come your cavalry and out come your swordsmen, and they hack you to pieces. As a design concept for how this army functions for a crusading army in a fantasy world that's designed to take and hold, that's a really great concept for how to build an army. Not lore and gameplay can actually fit together. I think that's just really, really cool.
Absolutely. And we've also got this terrain piece called Dawn's Triumph, which looks like it's straight from Cyrodiil.
It actually reminds me of the Aqualith not faction terrain they did that represented sort of these floating aquiliths get put down as sort of the center point of the city that provides it with aqua Guaranis to keep the city flowing. And then this sort of looks like where that goes. I forget exactly what that piece of terrain looks like, and I've got a squirmy gun drone that won't let me Google it. But I think those who know their AOS will know what I'm referring to, and if you don't, it's an easy enough Google to have a look and sort of see how this fits in design-wise with that aqualith. These floating things, and again, it's a floating city. It can be carried and floated on to somewhere else. So if the city expands or needs to move because of conquest or defeat, or just bring the city with you, you could just carry it on floating islands and drag it along. It's literally a perfect idea of game meets design meets lore. It's just perfect.
And we've also got a guy who's got a pet panther.
I don't know much about this guy compared to... I think he's from Anvilgard. Sorry, Harkuron,
yes,
now that the Daughters of Cain have taken it over. And he very much would like it back, even if the Stormcast seem content to live and let live.
Yes, his name is Jorvan Creel, heir of the Kraken.
Which fits with Anvilgard, on the coast. Black Ark Corsairs were always a big part of that faction. So, yeah, fits.
And we've also got a Malice Forge Priest, and part of me just thinks, man, whenever he runs, he must constantly hit himself in the bollocks with that hammer dangling between his legs.
He's a priest. He doesn't need to run. He just walks forward, bellowing faith in Sigmar and bashing everybody with a giant two-handed warhammer. What more do you want?
I mean, even when he's walking, he's probably going to still bash himself in the balls with that thing. Jesus Christ. Maybe he's into that. I don't know. Holy cock and bull torture. Who knows?
I've just had my dinner, Remleiz. No thanks.
Okay, how about some free guild gallants then? Some knights.
Yes, and again they've done what they did with Britannia in Oldwell. They've taken the heavy cavalry knights and they put them on foot to make elite heavy infantry, and that's a really cool design concept. Heavy cavalry knights can also fight on foot. Yes, please. This is great.
Can we also appreciate the little devil that's got the key on the base there?
Yes, I'm not going to call it a familiar because they're not wizards, but yes.
It's just one of those weird things you get in medieval art.
Yeah.
Like those weird cats with the human faces.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I definitely feel like if I had infinite time and infinite money to throw at the problem, I feel like alongside my Ideneth, I think I've shrimped my Ideneth down and sold my Lumineth, but I definitely think a city's army is something that I would be very willing to take on if I had the time and money, which I have neither. But they are a really cool faction, and I really do think that... Oh, yeah, I think, you're reminding me about the budget, aren't you? Yes, you're where the budget goes now. Yes, I know. So yes, I don't have the time nor the money, either budget, to do it. But a city's army is very, very appealing between the walking city army concept, the heavy infantry, the chunky heavy cavalry, and the really varied units you can take, like in terms of painting experience and things like that. It's not like painting Tyranids where you're painting 50 billion of the same thing. They're really varied in terms of what they've actually got, in terms of the amount of armor. Then you've got the Gargants and the Ogres, and the artillery. It's a really nice mix.
Fair enough. Also getting some Grenadiers as well.
Everything I just said, but yes, more of that.
More of that, yeah.
Also, I swear that one's got a chainsword. I know it's not, but it looks like a chainsword.
It's a club, isn't it?
I know, but I glanced at it and it looked like a chainsword. I know it's just a spiky club, but it looked like a chainsword.
Yes.
Headcanon.
And obviously we're getting a Cities of Sigmar battle tome as well as some spearheads, including Zenestra's Zealots, which I'll post here.
This is where you get the... Oh no, there's nobody new in that one.
No, the one that's got all the new one will be this one here, if it loads up, because Discord's being slow. This one.
Yeah, and that's where you get the new heavy everything.
The new everything, because it'll be available in that box first. And there's also a Regiment of Renown.
Yes, so these... So if you've forgotten, Regiments of Renown are kind of like mercenaries that a list of factions that aren't that faction can take. You can also take a Cogfort as a Regiment of Renown. So if you play an Order army and you want Cogfort, but you don't want to play cities, you can just have a Cogfort as a Regiment of Renown. So these guys come with their own like dedicated rules, and they're just a cheap way to get allies into your army that come with a little perk as opposed to just being a unit that you take. They're actually quite commonplace now. Where there's one the Daughters of Cain just had where you take a High Gladiatrix and Sis of Slaughter, I think. So it's quite common now that AOS is borrowing like mercenaries, but rather just being, take whatever you want from your allies. These are the units that your allies make available that you can pick from, and you get a perk for doing so, which I think is a nice way to make allies less broken, but still allow armies that should naturally work together to work together.
Mm. And this one called Vendensed Hounds, they got 5 good boys with them, so you know it's going to be a good unit.
Yes, maximum doggos.
Maximum doggos, the best kind. Next up, some Skaven-related stuff. Clan Eshin is getting some stuff in the City of Ash.
Do we need to update the oldest mini clock, because they've just brought out new Knight and Gutter runners, and I swear those minis are ancient.
Those came out around the time when More Time was released. Now it's during late 5th edition fantasy.
Which, for those of us who don't speak that language, is what, the late 90s?
2nd edition 40k.
So, the early 90s?
Well, wow. mid to late 90s.
No, 3rd edition.
Because 2nd edition lasted up until 1998, technically, so...
Oh, yes, so it did.
It was 5 years long, from 1993 to 1998.
Yeah, which, we were talking about the Warp Spiders being the oldest minis ever and the Viper being the oldest mini ever. How old was the Viper again?
2nd edition.
So yeah, this is a mini update for something as old as the Viper.
Let me put it this way.
Wow.
Let me put it this way. The Viper, that was the brand new mini when I first got into 40k.
Yeah, but in this context, though, yeah, Knight and Gutter runners have been around for a damn long time within the Skaven army, but they've never, ever, ever had an update in mini, and now they finally do, and they look pretty good, I have to say.
They absolutely do, and they got a new Death Master as well.
Yes, because Snitch didn't make it.
No, he didn't. This guy's called Cricket.
Which is met with the appropriate reaction from the audience of crickets.
Yeah, so Crixxit.
It is. That's Crixit to me, but either way. But either way, the new Night Runners look basic enough as just like sneaky infantry. I like the flails. They're not flails. I know they're not flails. Where they're using the long mace on the end of a rope, which is kind of like a flail, but not really. And then the gutter runners.
Isn't it?
Oh, what?
I'm pretty sure there is a flail, isn't it?
A flail's on. Don't they have to have multiple heads to be a flail?
Not necessarily, no.
Oh, fair. But the gutter runners are much more about get up and stab you in the face, or the back.
Yes.
Which is fitting because the Night Runners are your cheap, expendable chaff, and the Gutter Runners are much more elite and get you kind of thing. So I think that fits. And the new Deathmaster does look really, really cool. I liked Snitch. I really, really liked Snitch as a mini. It was a great little mini. But, not everything has to last forever, and they've done a decent job updating it.
They did indeed.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, quite possibly the biggest piece of news to come out of this Adepticon.
I can't believe you left this for last because you're waiting for me, or is this purely because... Fair enough. Right.
11th edition.
Yeah, so, first thing of note, holy shit, it's not got Ultramarines in it. The box is not Ultramarines, people. Like, that hasn't happened since fucking 3rd edition.
I just want to say, do you see the reference?
There are so many references. I don't... which one?
It's literally an update of the 2nd edition box.
I did notice the similarities, but it was different enough that I didn't want to show it was a 1-to-1, because, if you had a Power Fist, I'd say 1-to-1, yeah. But
think this way. The Blood Angel commander in the centre with his foot on the head of a statue, the Devastator in the bottom right corner, the Orc with a bolter in the bottom left with the same pattern on the shoulder pads and all that, same helmet and everything.
Oh yeah, I see it now. I saw the hallmarks, but I didn't realise how direct a reference it was because I hadn't looked.
They directly said it at Adepticon that they were. It was heavily inspired, and
Aurelia, it was 4 in the fucking morning when Adepticon was on. We were asleep.
I was I was not saying that as like, oh, how come you didn't know? I was just like, no, they straight up said it. Like they showed us the old art, and I was like, yeah, no, they yep, that is almost the same. A lot of the same elements. Let's put it that way. That wasn't a critique. Like, I can't believe you didn't stay up when you have Marker Drone to take care of. Like,
and Gun Drone. But yes. So yeah, I definitely saw this, and I have to say they've done some rather interesting things with the rules. So the first thing that's most important as your PSA, and yes, we'll get to the minis, is 1, they're not rebooting. The codices of 10th remain valid in 11th, which is a big deal.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. That's a good thing, and it also shows that actually I think GW was quite confident that they're happy with 10th. Like 10th, and this is gonna. I don't know how much this is gonna feel like 11th or like a 10.5 DLC. We'll see. They seem to be making some quite major changes, but it might just be they're the only major changes because the core gameplay mechanics can't change because they're keeping all the codices and all the codices are valid, so they can't go ultra crazy.
No, because when was the last time codices from a previous edition were carried over to the next edition?
9th.
Was it
9th?
Well, 9th was still valid in 10th.
No, 8th
was 9th.
8th was valid in 9th. I
was
think.
It?
Yeah, they didn't have to do an index. There were no indices. I know that. I obviously 7th. We know obviously codices remain valid from 4th through 7th. I can't speak. Actually, no, 3rd through 7th. Not that any codices lasted that long. But 3.5 through 7. And then 8 was a full reboot. 10 was a reboot, but I think 9 carried on 8. Just it made 8 more complicated, and then 10 was a refresh, and then 11 they're keeping them again. Yeah,
because I know with 5th edition fantasy, pretty much all the 4th edition codices, army books rather, from fantasy carried over into 5th, which basically means like the only brand new army books in 5th edition fantasy were Bretonia and Lizardmen because they were basically the 2 brand new armies essentially. Vampire counts because they decided to split vampire counts and Tomb Kings. And the Hive's got an updated codex, as did Chaos. So that was basically like five armies got new army books in an entire edition. Oh, and Dogs of War.
Yeah, well, bear in mind the amount of minis that have received rules in this wind up to 10. Chaos. Yes, I know. I'll get to that point. Don't worry. Chaos Marines need a new codex. Tau need a new codex. Votan are going to need a new codex. Tyranids are going to need a new codex.
Everyone needs a new codex.
Just because of the fact that new minis have been released since their codex came out. And Marines, obviously, because of the wind up of adding Titus. And Necrons for the same reason, adding in the new characters. So all these armies need new codices to get the old minis in. But what's most important is everything that you have built in 10th, you can still use, which means that people are going to be able to pick up and play 11th far more easily. Alongside, it seems as though the app, I saw a YouTube short earlier today, that the app is going to allow you to see your opponent's list when you put it in play mode or something, which means that you won't, A, have to ask your opponent what every fucking rule does, and B, will mean you can actually look at other armies that aren't the ones you paid for, logically. So maybe the app's accessibility will allow rules to just be much more accessible and cheaper.
I think the one of the more surprising reveals from the new edition is the fact that we're getting new Primaris Marines, obviously, but they got Mark 7 helmets.
Yeah, okay, so the lore reason for this is there's so much death and destruction, so many Marines dying that the production facilities for Mark 10 armor can't keep up. The practical reason is GW realized we didn't like Mark 10 that much, so we started putting the old stuff on because it'll sell better.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's probably like I get the feeling that there is a part of it. It's like, hey, couldn't Space Marines just look like Space Marines again? And gone, fine, let's just put the old helmets back on and see if no one notices. Shh.
Yeah. And fun enough, sticking with this, because obviously we got the brand new Orc that was revealed as well.
Oh, Orcs get sluggers and shooters now, which is baller. It's so good. You can take both. You get both. You get all the benefits of shooters and choppers. Yes, please.
Can I just say that this one looks very piggy? It's his nose. He looks very piggy. He goes oink oink.
He does.
Wah wah. I don't know. But fun enough, today in fact, there's a brand new Orc that got revealed as well. So I'll post that right now.
Oh, I didn't see this one. Wow.
But yeah, new boss knob with his big custom shooter, rocket launcher, thingy-madoogle, and squig on his shoulder. He looks great.
It looks really great. I mean, I don't like the Blood Angel helmets that are on this mini, but, he looks awesome.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be Sanguinius' head. You never know.
It couldn't be. We all know Horus took care of that, unfortunately, but...
Yeah, but someone could have raided the tomb, cut off the head, took it as a trophy.
The Blood Angels have suffered enough. Tyranids and Orcs, that would be terrible.
They haven't suffered enough.
No. We don't want the whole Blood Angels and their successors to be that unlucky. That would be bad.
That would be the Lamenters.
Yeah. My brain, I was like, well, I had it a second ago, and then my brain just stopped working. I was like, well, I forgot their name. It's fine.
Well, look on the bright side. At least the Lamenters finally got given the Emperor's forgiveness and don't have to do that penitent crusade anymore.
Yeah, it could
they
be
just
worse.
Gotta go. But by the way, you got to go and invade the Maelstrom. Okay. They were never seen from again.
Oh, this mini does look good, though.
It does. But funny enough, speaking of Horus and that, the new version of False Gods had its cover art revealed, and I have to say, I love this artwork. I think it's great.
I like it too. I think it turned out really nice.
It looks so much better than the original. And I still think that the original Horus Rising and False Gods had their cover art swapped. Because Horus Rising, the cover art had the Sons of Horus, but but False Gods had the Lunar Wolves. I think it should have been the other way around.
Yeah, that makes more sense to me.
But at least someone fixed it. And this is bound to get a limited edition as well, because the limited edition for Horus Rising was available the other week. I didn't buy it because I already have the limited edition of Horus Rising from Warhammer World, which looks so much better because it has the Lunar Wolf icon rather than the Eye of Horus. Suck it.
Yeah, no, that I agree. That's better. Can't argue that.
Because I don't know if you actually saw the that version.
I don't think I did. Do you have a picture?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll go away, eBay. I'll show you what the new version is, because this was the new version. The one that had the Eye of Horus, okay?
Okay.
That's the new version. Now, the version I have, which you could only get at Warhammer World, big thank you to Snipe and Wood for picking it up for me because they live right near it, was this version with the with the Lunar Wolf icon on it.
I like that. That's much nicer. I'm a huge sucker for classic looking books with like the spines that they look like they're part of some regal library, and I like the Luna Wolf's icon much better.
It's just objectively better.
Yes.
Right. What else do we have while we wait for Neve to come back from performing maintenance? Oh yes, we got the Golden Demon Award winners, but we'll wait till Neve comes back before we share those, because it wouldn't be fair otherwise. Aside from that, there's not really too much else in the news. No, that's pretty much it. We just got to wait for Neve to come back for the Golden Demon. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get the link and post it here ready. I'm not going to look at it just yet because I want to go in blind.
Okay. I haven't looked at any of this either, so it'll be new for me too.
Just letting you know we haven't looked at it yet. Right, so, what was I going to say? It's gone on my fucking head. I don't know. Oh yeah, but how's your book recommendation list going, by the way?
Next question. I'm
not
kidding.
Not through many yet?
No. Oh my gosh. I've been so busy in prepping for my model update, which happened at the beginning of February, and just been go, been doing a lot of stuff since then. I was just thinking about starting on that since I have some Audible credits, so I need to go do that. I gotta go pick out a book and... Well, actually, here, let's do this. You name a book, and if it's on Audible, I'll do it right now. As we speak.
Okay, Deacon of Wounds.
Deacon of Wounds, okay. Let me see if it's on here.
Because I'm pretty sure it has an audio book on Black Library. If nothing else, I should have one on Audible.
Who is it by?
It was by, fuck, I can't remember. let me look up quickly. David Annandale.
Okay. Cool, because I saw this and I was like, oh, let me just check. Okay. Alright. Boop. Confirm.
Speaking of Black Library, by the way, they've got the fucking Black Library app now, so it's like everything on new exclusives just like, no, you must go on the Black Library app now. It says all the Black Library app. Fuck the app. Fuck apps. I want to have a good website.
Yes.
No, you must do only the app, because we haven't sold anything on the actual website aside from ebooks and MP3s since the start of the pandemic back in 2019.
Oh my gosh.
Literally, the last physical book I ordered from Black Library was The Solar War. Because that was the last one they fucking sold. That was the one they charged me 5 times for, by the way.
Wait, what? On accident?
Basically, what happened was, because that's when the special edition went live, and their website couldn't handle it. So basically, like, it'll go to, click here to process your order. You click it, and it just kicked you back to the home page with no order confirmation. You had to go for it again. And it basically, but it didn't actually take the payment 5 times. So I literally had to phone up and say, like, I don't want 5 of these. I just want 1. Can I have a refund on the other 4? Thankfully, they turned around and said, yeah, sure, absolutely, no problem. We're having issues with our server. But, that was literally the last time they sold anything physical on the web store.
Oh, that's rough.
For Black Library. Very rough. Which basically means, oh no, you're not going to be able to get the wallpaper collections anymore either in a bit. Never mind. No, in all seriousness, it would be a pain in the ass to lose the wallpaper collections because they have really proper good high-res images for certain things like Horus Heresy and stuff like that, so that would be a shame to lose.
I don't know too much about it, so I'll take your word for it.
But I don't want, it all to be done through an app because, I don't listen to audiobooks on my phone. I like to have, on a CD, I like to have it burnt onto a CD. I like the tactile, sensation of a CD. I can just put it in my car and stuff like that as well.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, I listen to all my audiobooks through my phone, so I don't mind as much. I just don't like how all the companies are every company is we have an app for that. And I'm like, I don't need 50 apps that I use once a month, or I just don't like that. It's just annoying. It takes up space on my phone that I'd rather use for something else, and I'm just not a huge fan of apps.
Subscription.
Yeah, I hate it.
You will pay for it, own nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to get into that debate because, just because I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, no, don't get in trouble. That's not good.
So I said the GIF I posted in the show will be more enough to explain it. But anyway, you won't see it on screen because for some reason my editing software doesn't allow for GIFs. So.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. Any other books you'd like to have recommended, by the way?
I know. I think I wrote down our list last time, but I think that was on a piece of paper, and it is not with me currently. But if you have another one, I did get the Deacon of Wounds. I have that one. It is officially on my phone now, so now I have it. So if you have another one, I'll take it, because I have another credit I can use.
Wait, what the fuck is this? Siege of Terror, the Shattered and the Soulless? I've never even heard of that one. Oh, it's an omnibus. Never mind. I was like, I've never even heard of that one, so I must have missed that. But no, it's just a collection containing Sons of the Selenar and Wrath of Magnus, or Fury of Magnus, or whichever one it is.
Okay, I'm back.
All right, welcome back. Perfect timing, Neve, because we're about to go into the Golden Demon winners.
Yeah. Sorry for just missing out on the most important discussion of the entire show, but somebody needed milk. But
you haven't missed it yet. We haven't started yet.
No, I meant the 11th thing.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, like the whole objective markers now are gone thing, and they're changing around the stealth rules so that you can't get alpha struck and all that stuff. It actually sounds interesting, so we'll see where it all goes. But yeah, sorry for missing it.
No worries. Golden Demon winners. I'm only going to post the actual gold winners on screen. I'm not going to put every fucking one on.
Yeah,
so
I've actually made a point to...
I'll post a link.
I've made a point to not spoil myself, actually, on any of them.
I haven't spoiled myself either, so...
Looking forward to this. So,
starting off with Warhammer 40,000 single miniature, which is a Space Wolf
non-metallic metals.
Well,
I would say that's fucking gorgeous. So well done, Neil Hollis.
Yes.
Well deserved.
The fish is Ideneth, by the way. It's the fish from the Soul Render, I think. I don't know where the axe is. I know it's a wolf axe, but I don't know whose axe that is. Or it's an Aryak Rockfist hammer with an axe head on. I don't know. I don't know where that axe has come from, or it's a kit basher if it is where the axe has come from.
No idea. But in silver we have Fuegan, and in bronze we have a Custodian jet biker.
Dismounting, which I think is a really cool... I don't know how they've done that, but that's a really cool... Oh, I'm standing next to my jet bike because I'm just about to jump on, but I have to do a hero pose first. I think
If I had to guess, there's a lot of pinning in that one leg. A very thick pin.
I think they've pinned the jet bike to the wall as well. There's a little bit at the bottom that looks like it might be joined to the wall.
Yeah, I don't recognize the pants, so it looks like it's some form of a kit bash.
It definitely is. I'm trying to look closely to be able to zoom in to where they've come from, because I thought they might be inquisitorial, but they'd be the wrong scale. And Space Marines don't wear pants, so I don't know where they're from. I'm completely transparent.
For 40k unit or kill team, we have Minkalesk, I think it is.
I believe so. With what I'm calling an inquisitorial standard bearer. I'm assuming that there's references to the Minkalesk novels in there as to why.
I'm pretty sure it's ecclesiarchal.
Yes, sorry. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. But yeah, and I really like the muted colours, because that can be really hard to make the mini look impressive while also keeping the colours incredibly muted. So credit where credit is due for that. That's difficult to do.
I have to say, I really like the second and third. I like all of these ones. Like the second place one, the Khorne Berserkers.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah, I don't know why they've got pink shoulder pads, but
they're not pink.
No, they're like a classic brown.
They're not classic red.
I think they're meant to be faded white from the old Legion days.
Which would make sense, to be fair.
And the Ultramarines squad in third place.
With Carter Sicarius.
It's giving me very much second edition vibes just because of all the red.
Yeah, and this is sort of the opposite of what I was just talking about with the Minkaless squad, where they've gone for ultra bright colours and very non-metallic metal blue to make the colours pop, which is a really different technique to the other two in the category.
For 40k large miniature or vehicle, we have an Orc Squigosaur Rider.
That's the knob from the boys' kit, wouldn't you know? That's the knob from the boys' kit being used as the actual, upper half of the rider. But it looks really cool. I love the fact that there's a munched up Ultramarine on the base. I think that's really cool.
I love how leathery they made the squig look. It looks proper leathery.
Really tough.
Yeah, it looks really good.
And the metallics look, again, I feel like that's non-metallic metal because it feels like everybody who wins this contest is just fucking non-metallic metal. But even so, oh my god, that Nightbringer.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Bronze.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god, that Nightbringer.
Yeah, wow.
Holy cannolis, Batman. I mean, no disrespect to the Armored Sentinel in second place. It looks really cool, and the rust and weathering effect look awesome and are really hard to do. But holy nope, not swearing in front of a drone. Wow.
Basically, how did that only get to third?
Yeah, like
I'm wondering that. What the heck?
Like, I appreciate judges have preferences and biases, and that's always going to be a thing. But oh my giddy, and how? Like, third is still incredible, but how?
Yeah. Next up, we have Age of Sigmar single miniature.
With a Chaos Lord on what looks to be the Stormcast Griff Charges. Is this a Chaos Stormcast? Kind of. It looks like a sort of Zinchian Stormcast, although I know it won't be a Stormcast. But even so, I think it's very, very cool. And the base, like, it feels like they haven't even done anything to the base, but they've made this, like, river effect, like this really still murky river, but it looks like they just painted it black and said go.
Oh, I like the second one. Mainly because look at all the bunnies!
Oh my goodness.
Oh, is that your opinion? It's just burp. Okay. Yeah, the Kenothi Archer, sorry, I nearly called it a wood elf and that would get me shot, but
Tomato.
And again, is this the same person who's done... Yeah, it is. The same person who got bronze with that Nightbringer has done that Galrak the Soul Reaper, that same utterly insane, like, vibrant, shiny colour palette. It's the same person who's got third twice with that colour palette style. It's really, really cool. Katerina Gorska? I might have mispronounced that. Credit to you.
Absolutely. Age of Sigmar unit or warband? It looks like a trio of Nurgle boys.
Yeah, Putrid Blight Kings. I think they're just Blight Kings. Again, that whole muted colour scheme where they look like really shaded.
Very
and
Dark
worn out.
Souls.
It's really good. But compared to that vibrant green on the base is a really nice contrast to show the decay and entropy compared to the life they seem to be desecrating on the way through. That's really cool. Yeah. Chameleon skinks. You don't see enough of those knocking around.
With a frog is a wee beastie on the corner.
I've just made such a terrible pun. I think you don't see a lot of chameleon skinks.
Hey.
Hey-o. And blue flesh eater courts. They look sick. I don't know. I obviously pulled them from a number of places, but I really like how it really feels like a charnel house court. Like, you've triggered my trap card, and all the ghouls have just woken up and are looking at it like, yeah, you are now lunch. I like that a lot. I think that's really cool.
Age of Sigmar large miniature is a Demon Prince of Slaanesh, it looks like.
Yes. Those wings,
Wait, hang on. I think that's meant to be Azazel. The single crabclaw arm, the white wings. Is that Azazel?
You're gonna have to fill me in on that one.
Azazel was basically a slashy demon prince from like 5th or 6th edition 40k. He had a very similar starter. I'll just post a screenshot of him in the chat. But yeah, like, for his white wings and a single claw on his arm and a sword. I think that's meant to be Azazel.
Could well be. I mean, the wings themselves, I think, are from the Tauralon. In this particular instance, the claw is definitely from the Fiends of Slanesh. The body, I don't know if that is a demon prince, because the tail, I think, is from the Fiends as well. I don't know if that actually... it probably is. It probably is. It's just, either way, really freaking cool, however they've done it. And what?
The purple horns as well, yeah. I'm calling that a reference to Azazel, yeah.
Just, silver, can we appreciate the basing?
The slime. That's great.
Mm-hmm. I love the slime.
And it's floating as well. How have they made that model balance? I'm a physics teacher and I don't understand.
Thankfully, plastic's not too heavy, so I imagine all that weight is like maybe some thick epoxy resin, or something in that other side of the resin to kind of counterbalance it or something. I don't know,
maybe, but still impressive.
Like a metal weight or something. But yeah, in third place, you also got the Cruel Boy Vulture.
Yeah, it's there. I've never been a massive fan of that mini.
For Horus Heresy, we have Fulgrim.
Oh, but he's teal.
To be exact. Yeah, I like teal.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the teal. That looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
Judging from that, I'm guessing you saw Magnus.
Both, actually. Again, this really vibrant Space Marine art style on the Silver Place Night Lord. But then, yes, Magnus. The really washed out and drained colour palette on a really dark base. I think it's a really different direction to take Magnus and make him almost look less red and more person, which I think is an interesting way to take Magnus as a painting project. What would Magnus look like if he wasn't bright red? It's an interesting place to go.
Yeah. Oh, I really like the old world model, the Pegasus Knight on the tidal wave.
Wow, that orange!
My God, that's straight out of an old fantasy novel cover. That's obscenely cool.
Well deserved winner, Lucas. Well done, mate.
Yeah.
That color is so impressive to me. It pops and it's beautiful.
Yeah, take nothing away from the Slayer in silver or the, I think, Bretonnian in bronze. And again, the basing. I think it's
Cathayan.
Oh, it might be actually, yeah. The base on that one is awesome as well. But, whoa. Just, wow. Yeah. I all just looked at that and went, yeah, okay, pack it up, boys. Come back another year.
Yeah. Lord of the Rings, we have this guy. I don't know who this is.
Knight of Dol Amroth. That's all I could tell you. They're from Dol Amroth.
Ah, fair enough. I don't know enough about Middle-earth to tell you who these characters are, but I'd say the Rohan person on third place, I love the basing on that.
Yeah, and the armor that looks almost like it looks really soft, and like that leather and everything looks very soft and
Gambison as well, yeah,
fabricy rather than plasticky and metallic, which is really impressive to do.
Oh, I love the Blood Bowl one. That's great. Just how simple it is.
Yeah, Orc, Gobbo, Smash,
and Spider.
Oh, but I like third
and bronze. Chaos Dwarves.
Oh, the Centaur, yeah. That's great. Oh, I just saw Necromunda's winner. Yeah, what are you buying, guy?
You see, he has his wanted poster right next to him.
Oh,
Sean
yeah, it is.
Cred, keep your distance. Oh, I love the fact that one of the bits of graffiti is the Eye of Horus as well.
Oh, yeah. Good catch. And then Cal Jericho silver, and that's a different direction to take Necromunda for the bronze, to actually make it look like an actual Necromundan noble rather than a Hiver. You don't see that very often.
You can't go wrong with Necromunda. Necromunda's the best bit of 40k.
Miniature-wise,
that's my hot take.
Miniature-wise, I think you have an argument to make there, miniature-wise.
For epic scale, we got a Thunderhawk with a dismounting assault marine.
And it looks like it's got an X-wing on top of it as well.
I like the glass windshield.
That looks really impressive. Mm-hmm. Again, this is epic scale as well. Can we just remember how small these minis are? Like the Tau just in a little landing pad. That's a little service panels. Oh, that's really cool. Like the inside of an airbase. I think that's really cool.
And you got a Space Wolf. Is that Spartan?
I think so. I'm really not sure.
When you see enough Space Marine tanks, they start blending together.
Yeah, that's why both that you and I were saying meh when it came to that Spartan earlier. They all look the bloody same.
For diorama, we have Soulblight Gravelords.
Right, yeah, it is. It's the Corpse Dragons. I have been spoiled. This is the Slayer Sword winner.
Ooh.
This is the one, I think, that won the Slayer Sword. Overall.
I mean, I can see why. It looks great.
It's beautiful.
Oh, it looked absolutely insane. This is the one mini I was actually spoiled on going in, because when I was on Facebook earlier, they posted the article, and this was in the thumbnail of the article they posted. So I've seen this mini before, and I believe it to be the Slayer Sword winner. Though I'm happy to be wrong, we'll find out at the end. But I think it's the Slayer Sword winner.
Oh! The third place one. The one with the Deathwatch Marine, the Inquisitor and all that. That's based off a piece of artwork.
You're gonna have. I feel like I recognise it, but I really couldn't tell you where I recognise it from.
Hang on, I'll post the image of it. There you go.
It just makes me think of the meme "Kick 'em all or down." Oh wow, that is.
It's literally that piece
well
of artwork just
done.
dioramaed. And I have to say, the silver one, second place, I'm getting very much Princess Mononoke vibes from this.
The Jade Wizard
Yes,
and their
totally.
Wolf Familiar is a very cool place to go for a diorama. I think that's really cool. I definitely think they cooked with that. And Duel, oh my, wait, it's Logan and Magnus. Oh my god, that duel is good.
Oh,
that is fantastic.
the lighting is amazing.
You stole my line. Yeah, the lighting is amazing. I don't actually know what's on. Oh, it's the Axe Morkai trailing fire behind it, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Wow, I want to see that, like a 360 of that, just to get an appreciation of the power on the Axe Morkai, because I can't really appreciate it from this angle, but whoa.
Mm.
Oh, High Elf versus Dark Elf in silver. That's really cool. Love that.
Like an Elarian Reaver and a Cold One Rider.
No, that's a noble, it's not a Dragon Prince. The armor's wrong. It's a noble versus a Cold One Knight, or even a Dreadlord. Actually, no, it has to be a Dreadlord because Cold One Knights can't carry swords. That's actually a Battle of Lords, a noble and a Dreadlord.
Ah. And then you have a Vermin Lord against a Griffhound Rider thingy.
No, there's a Stormcast Wizard in the corner. There's a wizard in the corner. Knight Arcanum, if I were to guess, but again, I haven't got a good angle.
Fair enough. Aurelia, you'll like the Youngbloods one because it's Commander Dante.
I like that, the non-metallic. I am not a non-metallic metallics person. It's a lot of skill there, but I can respect people who do it, and that's pretty solid for Youngbloods.
Also, the Sanguinor without his hat on.
2 Blood Angels in 1 competition slot.
Yeah. Is it me? Like, I know the Nurgle that won bronze is really cool, but like, I swear that looks like it's been painted on potato. Like that looks like the kind of what a 9-year-old would paint on their first ever mini, kinda. Like, but
Gosh.
Oh, excuse me. Oof. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. It's okay. That's a mouthful or so of milk. At least it stayed off your sleep suit. It could have been worse. Please stop dribbling.
Gotta fix that leak.
It's alright. It could have been worse. All good.
I tell you what looks good though. The open competition winner, which I'm pretty sure is meant to be Commissar Gaunt.
I cannot remember.
I think so. Looking at the cloak.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Tanith cloak. Yeah, that checks out.
That's gorgeous, that one. That genuinely is.
Yeah. And that mini again, the slug for silver. Obviously, we saw it earlier with the slime. Now it's just on its own in silver. And then in bronze, using some, I presume, self-painted, because they had a big to-do about Abominable Intelligence generated art a year or two ago.
Yeah, it looks painted, yeah.
I presume it's painted, yeah.
I love the forced perspective using the epic minis in the background.
Oh, that's how I thought they were just painted on.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure they're epic minis, yeah.
I thought they were just painted on. I mean, if it is epic scale minis, that's a great bit of thinking. Well played.
Because there was actually like years and years ago in an issue of White Dwarf where they were like advertising the new Rhino or something. They use epic 40k models in the background to represent distance and stuff.
Okay.
So that's probably where they got the idea from. But yeah, you're right. The Slayer Sword winner was the dragon.
I thought so. It's really good. Obviously, you see it from one angle, but they did a little whole spin around of it. You can see the amounts that's going on. Bless you. Going on underneath in the fortress as well. There's skeletons crawling out of everywhere, and all of those things. It's really, really good. It's really, really good.
It's really good.
A deserved winner. I don't know if it's my outright favourite mini that they've put up, but it's probably on merit. It is a worthy winner of the Slayer Sword. I'm not taking away from that at all.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine it would have been a very, very close fight between that and the Magnus Logan Grimnar one. I reckon those two had the closest margin there.
Definitely up there. I couldn't be a judge. I couldn't do it. There's so many things that and everyone's got a different taste. I think that's something that you don't always realise is how much your personal taste matters. That you can all say, "Oh, that looks great," but when trying to be as objective as you can, really difficult.
And I think that might be it for the news.
Did you talk about the article that they did about 11th edition? They did a separate article about sort of what's going on with it. I know we talked about the announcement, but they did a separate article about your questions answered about it.
Oh no, I don't think we did. I know you brought up in regards to how the codices will be transferring over, but I think we didn't really talk past that.
Yeah, all right. So I'll go through this article then, because this is the bit I actually really want to get into, but then I had to go and deal with you. So one of the main things is that matched narrative and open play are gone.
Oh.
They're not separating them anymore. The aim is to make every game feel like it has a compelling narrative while also being balanced and exciting. So they seem to be bunning off open play, narrative play, and match play, which is not a bad thing. It hopefully will allow narrative to feel more part of the base game, which is good. The main thing that's really new in army building says some data sheets will get tweaked, but the current codex will still be used. But the main thing that's interesting is that detachments are massively changing. It looks like not quite Decurions, but pseudo-Decurions. They're only borrowing an Age of Sigmar's battle formations here. It looks like Decurions are kind of back.
Okay.
So what it said is there are now 70 detachments available at launch. Mm-hmm. And in larger games, your army can be built out of several smaller detachments or just one large one. And what that will do for games is that each detachment will have different objectives. So your secondary objectives, so you have your primary objectives of the mission, but every game will have secondary objectives that you have to complete to get bonus points. And each detachment will have its own secret secondary objectives, meaning that you're encouraged to play, if you take that detachment for its rules, you're encouraged to play it narratively, I think is the idea.
Right.
Because it's got you are rewarded for playing it the way it would be played narratively, which I think is good. Also, what's useful is that characters with abilities for leading a unit keep those abilities if their unit dies, which is good because Farsight doesn't get the benefits of the way of the short blade if he's not leading a unit. So if his unit gets popped, his actual short blade ability turns off, which is daft. There we go. And probably the most interesting one for a lot of quote-unquote filthy casuals, or those who play on shoestrings, is objective markers are gone. So, sorry, I rephrase. Circular little dot objective markers are gone. Instead, you'll be battling over terrain pieces. So that's great. I think that's nice in terms of the game will feel like you're battling to secure the field rather than random points on a field. But it also means that for people who don't have a lot of terrain or have very limited budgets and don't have, say, lots of terrain to throw at things, they're not going to have many options for objective markers. And for clubs like ours, who have... Excuse me, please don't pull my headphones out when I'm talking to the nice people. For those who don't have a lot of terrain or very basic terrain, it's going to be quite tricky to put objective-based gaming together compared to before. But they've also said that units can be hidden in terrain, so that you can't target them until they shoot or until the enemy gets close. So you can't just deep strike and wipe out, which was one of the big challenges that particularly H had, was the first turn you could just do a massive alpha strike and win on turn one. But now, because your army can hide until your opponent closes with you or until you actually choose to expose yourself and shoot, you can probably keep yourself alive through turn one, and meaning going second hopefully won't be as punishing anymore.
Yeah.
You can't stack stratagems on one unit, which is good and logical. And close combat has also changed slightly, and a faster system for assigning wounds and changing around activation orders so that units with fight first aren't quite as nasty. The most fun thing that everyone will recognize immediately is you don't declare your charge target until after you roll to charge. So, for example, if you've got two units that are 6 inches and 9 inches away, in the current edition, you have to say, I'm charging the one that's 6 inches away. And then you roll a 10, you're like, I could have hit the other one, but too late, I've declared it now. Or, I'm charging the one further away, roll a 7, fall short, then, oh, I could have charged the one in front of me if I just picked them instead. Oh, boo. Now you roll first and then decide, oh, now I've rolled that, I'm charging you, which is good. And there's going to be more disembarking from transport straight into combat, like assault vehicle as well, which is nice. So that will be good for orcs and the like to just pile out and charge. And they said that the app is going to have the ability to see your opponent's data sheets while you play. So I don't know if you'll have to share data with each other, or you can just put your opponent's list in or what. But hopefully that will make games more speedy. But also hopefully means that more rules are available for free. But I doubt it, because this is Games Workshop we're talking about here.
Now, when you were talking about the terrain pieces, you just remind me of that one episode of okay, do you ever remember an old 40k parody Flash animation called Plastic Hammer? Because there was like an episode 2 was like based on terrain. It's like, okay lads, our objective is to capture that Coke can.
Yeah, there's going to be a fair bit of that, I suspect.
It's like Necron's using Coke cans as bases. Last week it was a Flora tub.
Oh dear.
And then you had the unpainted guy saying, hey, can I play? It's like, no, you've not been painted yet. Aww. Never mind. Do we have any questions this week?
I need to go look. Why is YouTube so dumb in terms of how it's formatted these days? It's annoying. There we go. No, I don't want to hear your stupid advert, Danny Dyer. Yeah, here's one. Speaking of animations, what scene from a Warhammer novel would you like to see animated the most? For example, The Awakening of Guilliman, The Arrival of the Vengeful Spirit in Soul. Anything else?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I mean, the one that jumps immediately into my head is The Death of Grimaldus on Hell's Reach, but that's because I just love Hell's Reach. I think it's just one of the best books ever.
Didn't that already get animated anyway with the Hell's Reach animation?
Oh, yeah, I forgot that. Or Guilliman Meets the Emperor from the Dark Imperium novels.
Oh, I got one. The bit from Vulcan Lives, where he and Kurz are facing off. It's like, you forget one thing about my teleporter. What's that? It's also a hammer. Bang. Yeah.
That's a good one.
I think I'd like to see the part in The End and the Death where the Emperor and Horus are fighting, but they're like fighting in different places. Like it's been a while since I read the book, but it's just the scenery is changing and it's so like action packed. I think I'd really like seeing that.
Yeah, you could just go frame by frame through it and see every single dimension and reference ever.
Yes, I would love to see that.
Yeah, that's a great shout. Obviously, the argument between Farsight now and Var from Empire of Lies is obvious. Not Empire of Lies. Oh my god, I've forgotten what the new one's called. I've actually forgotten what the newest Farsight novel's called. That's embarrassing. Yeah, that's a great scene for me personally, but there's so many great like last stand scenes and defiant charges and all those sorts of things that really make 40k.
Neve.
So,
Blade of Truth.
Thank you. But I think it'd be really cool to go in like a different direction as well and have just a walking, talking scene, like one of the ones where Gilliman sits down with Macinius or with Call in the Dawn of Fire series. There's some really great dialogue in there, including the one with Cesarek, actually, towards the end of the last book of The Silent King.
Oh, how about Gilliman's argument with Matthew?
Let go of the cable.
At the end of
Thank you.
At the end of the Dark Imperium series, that massive argument where he ends up losing his temper.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah,
I'm sure there's some
Yarrick's
great
meeting with Dante.
Oh, I'd love that too.
When he's wearing the death mask of Sanguinius as well, and claims like, oh yeah, I met Sanguinius, but that's still not been touched up upon, by the way. We still want our story about Sanguinius and Yarrick meeting, please.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we know from the Titus books that Lion and Gilliman are going to be hooking up pretty soon because of the whole 500 Worlds empire building, because that's what Gilliman's basically doing. So
brother, we need to talk.
Yes, brother, we need to talk. That's going to be I hope that gets an entire segment of something somewhere, whether it's a novel or a novella, or just a novella. Give it an entire novella. That would be fine.
So we need to talk. Why? What do you need to talk about? I've adopted the Blood Ravens. Oh no. And that's what leads into Dawn of War 4. There you go. Yeah, there's loads of great things. Any other questions?
We've already know that the War for Armageddon is now a campaign book. Now that we've got New Orcs boarding Garrett's Return, so that question's answered itself.
Yep.
Maybe that's a joke about giving an Ogrin a Zempic. No. And the other one from the same commenter, which named Space Marine characters would you like to see return as lieutenants? So, for example, Lucas the Trickster, or the named characters who have had minis before or had lore before but never actually got a mini now get to be a lieutenant, a la Ferran Reyes or Tor Garadon.
I've got one. And this one's going to come out of left field. Clutin, the bearer of the Shroud of Sanguinius. The guy who's even older than Dante.
Would he be at the right rank?
He was only a sergeant, yeah. He was Dante's sergeant in the scout company. So, I mean, if Titus can be downgraded from captain to lieutenant, I'm sure someone can be promoted from sergeant to lieutenant.
Yeah, and he's been promoted again. But, I mean, he would be very fitting as a Primaris Ancient, wouldn't you think? But,
Hey-oh. I mean, you can still have him carry the Shroud of Sanguinius.
Yeah.
And yes, the Shroud of Sanguinius is meant to be a reference to the Turin Shroud. Yes, we know that.
Yeah. I mean, Alicia Cortez, if he's still alive.
And still has his arm.
Yeah, of course. I'm trying to fling around some books I know. But...
Oh, I got one. Ranulf. The Wolf Guard who was said to be even bigger than Lehman Russ. Bring him in.
Oh,
that's
just random Space Wolf Lieutenant who's bigger than a dreadnought. Hello.
That's a good one. I admit I can't remember all the names of most of the characters. I'm good at remembering plots, but character names I am terrible at remembering. I always have been. So I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Oh, actually, that reminds me of something. Because Shrike stepped down as chapter master of the Raven Guard and gave the job to Ethan Shan.
Correct.
What rank is Shrike now?
Stop pulling my headphone out of my ear at the crucial plot moments. Sorry, I missed that. I missed the entire thing because the gun drone pulled my earphones out.
I was saying, you know how Shrike stepped down from being chapter master?
Yeah, I got that bit.
Yeah. What's his rank now?
I presume captain of the first, but
If I stepped all the way back down to lieutenant. I can't handle the pressure.
well, he was quite happy being a strike captain, so a shadow captain. So I think shadow captain.
He demoted himself to lieutenant because he couldn't handle all the pressure, and because his model was shit and needs a replacement. Sorry, but Primaris Strike is a shit model. I'm sorry. It's dreadful.
It's certainly a miss compared to some of the other Space Marine character minis we've been given in the past edition or two. It's certainly a miss.
I still think part of Athan Shan's law is because someone sculpted Athan Shan and they realized, oh, this is actually so much better than the Chapter Master. If I can make him Chapter Master now, which make up some excuse. Because the Chapter Master was actually shit. Because you have to admit, the Athan Shan model is fucking gorgeous.
Athan Shan is really, really great.
What about you, Aurelia?
I don't have any good recommendations that come to mind for a lieutenant. I really don't. I wish I did.
No Blood Angels you want to mention?
No, honestly, I feel like you had a really good answer. So I'll leave it. I'll leave it with what you said. I like that.
Yeah. Plus, to be fair, all the other Blood Angels characters are dead or in the Death Company. So.
Or you could bring back the characters from Blood Quest and just say they survived somehow. I mean, if they can bring Yarrick back from the dead, I'm pretty sure they can bring someone else back.
Yeah,
from the dead.
they haven't actually explained how Yarrick died off screen and then just undied on screen. They haven't explained that yet, have they?
I've heard from quote unquote leaks. Take this with a pinch of salt.
I'll take it with a Titan's worth of salt.
Yeah. But apparently, the reason he was believed dead is because the Fortress of Arrogance was destroyed. But apparently, Commissar Graves pulled him from the wreckage and saved him. Apparently.
I'm sorry. So, if Commissar Yarrick tank explodes, remember he's lost the Fortress of Arrogance before. Hello, Golgotha. You'd think you would check and verify if there was a body before you ring the bell of lost souls to say, yeah, he's dead. And especially if another commissar can go and find him and verify that he's not dead pretty damn quickly, I should imagine. Then
take it with a pinch of salt, yeah.
I'm willing to believe that, Graves went and recovered his body and that's why he doesn't have the Fortress of Arrogance. Also, by the way, the fact that Graves rides a tank and doesn't drive me closer, I want to hit them with my sword is definitely a middle finger to the Fortress of Arrogance. I'm sorry, it just is, because Yarrick doesn't get his tank anymore.
Let's just call it what it is. It's the budget version because, the Fortress of Arrogance, you need to convert a fucking Bane blade and those aren't cheap.
You don't need to convert it. It's just, you literally need one sprue. GW, print yourself money and just print an upgrade sprue. It's not hard.
Games Workshop printing an upgrade sprue? Don't be ridiculous.
They did it. They literally printed a battalion in Eye of Terror, which is 2 Dreadnoughts, 2 Repulsors, and 2 Black Templar upgrade sprues. They're quite willing to do it.
Only for those things that they know will sell well, i.e. Black Templars, because they sell well
for
some
Arrogance.
reason.
It's a Baneblade that you can ride on with Commissar fucking Yarrick, the most cool guard character, even more than Asaka Creed and Iron Hands Draken.
Who has been dead for 2 editions, yeah.
And
so no one's going to buy it anyway.
That Games Workshop? Who killed him, Games Workshop? Whose fault was that, Games Workshop?
We don't know because it happened off screen.
I mean, it's Games Workshop's fucking fault for killing him in the fucking first place when they could have printed money, checks notes, 4 editions ago when they wrote about Golgotha.
Yeah, but no one's ever accused Games Workshop of being savvy business practitioners, have they? So
I mean, that's a fair point. Oh,
there's plenty of options like, money's being left on the table because either apathy or incompetence, take your pick.
Yeah, I can't really argue with that at all.
I'm just still annoyed about the fact we're still never getting Fires of Syraxis. Because Games Workshop didn't bother to tell the Forge World team, by the way, we're going up for a new edition, so you might want to tweak the book, by the way. Nope. Because they were blindsided by it. It's like, oh, we got to scrap this book then, because it's not going to be compatible with the new edition.
Sigh.
Never mind, but given the time, ladies and gentlemen, we shall probably call it there for the evening. So, thank you very much to everyone who tuned in for this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. And thank you very much to Aurelia Tempris for joining us this episode.
Thank you for having me. Again, I'm happy to be here, and I love hanging out with you guys, and I feel like I learn something new every time, so I'm just happy to soak it all in and hear you guys talk about this. So thanks for letting me be here.
Yes,
Always
sorry
a
for being
pleasure.
so in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out because I was late and then had to do milk and joys of children.
Drone maintenance takes priority, as we said.
I know drone maintenance takes priority, but at the same time.
But anyway, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Remleiz from 40k Theories.
This has been Neve and Gundro from Tactica Imperialis.
And I'm Aurelia Tempris.
And we'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye.